Hello, I'm Dale Jackson with Jackson Heating and Air, and we're here at Joey's Greenhouse. We're going to continue to look at some new and innovative products from TRANE today. The next product we're going to look at is the TRANE XL20i heat pump. It is the most efficient heat pump on the market today. Now, as we take a look at it, we can tell it is quite large. Most people would take a look at this unit and assume that it is the largest unit available. In reality, the size of the unit is not very, it doesn't dictate the capacity of the unit. The reason why this unit is so large is because it is the most efficient heat pump made today. Now, there's a couple of key things that we want to talk about, and the way that this system is different than any other unit made. For years now, TRANE has been the industry leader when developing their two-speed outdoor units. But this system is not just two-speed. This system is unique in the fact that it has two completely separate compressors. Now, here in Joey's house, he has a 4-ton system. But in reality, 80% of the time, Joey is heating and cooling his house with a 2-ton system, because he has a 4-ton compressor and a 2-ton compressor. We don't run both at the same time, it's either or. But for months before we even started this project, we did a lot of research into Joey's house. We talked to him and we found out exactly what his windows were going to be, the insulation value in his ceiling, in his walls, even looked at the soil here, because we wanted to know what size unit does Joey need on the extreme days. So we want to make sure we're protecting Joey in his greenhouse when it's 98 degrees, when it's 17 degrees, but we all know the majority of the time it's not 98 and it's not 17. It's somewhere in the middle. Well, what TRANE has done is they have prepared for that middle ground. So on an average day, even when it's 85, 88, what Joey's using is a really small but extremely efficient 2-ton system to heat and cool his home. It's just one more way that TRANE is leading the industry in innovation, reliability, and comfort, because that also plays a major role in your comfort. Our goal in the heating and air industry is to condition your air. And the only way we can condition your air is when we have a system that can actually run. It helps us with our filtration to focus on our indoor air quality. We're going to get to that in a minute. But primarily, it helps us with our humidity control, because we don't want to create an environment to where Joey is all the way down at 70 degrees, but his humidity level is still really high. I don't care what temperature you have it at. If your humidity in your home is above 60%, you're not going to be comfortable. So our goal is we want to create a cool, dry environment for Joey and his family. And the best way to do that is with a system that has multiple speeds. One great thing about this system and the two-speed aspect of it is that when we are running 80% of the time with our 2-ton compressor, in Joey's case here, our efficiency, also known in the industry as SEER, it's the same thing as the gas mileage on your automobile. When we drop down to run on that 2-ton compressor, our efficiency increases exponentially. So we can take a system here that is under normal circumstances has a SEER rating of 17.75, but then on a normal day when it drops down into low speed, the efficiency increases to around 25 SEER. It's like having in your automobile, you're driving down the road, and well, if you want to go 80, 90 miles an hour, you're going to need something with a lot more horsepower. But the majority of the time when you're just driving around town, it's like you're driving in a hybrid. But then when you really need it and you want to hit the pedal to the floor, well, now all of a sudden you've just jumped into a Ferrari and you're taking off. We have both capacities, but the majority of the time we would much rather be driving a hybrid, especially with the way electricity prices are today. One of the main products and new innovations that TRANE has come out with in the last couple years is something we call charge assist. The reason for that is because industry leaders have documented that close to 40 to 45% of all systems, while brand new, are still not charged correctly. And what TRANE wants to do is they want to make sure that their customers that have made the investment of purchasing the most efficient system, they want to make sure they get that efficiency. So one thing that TRANE's done is they've taken the charging of the unit, they've taken it out of the contractor's hands. When we installed this system, after we got everything connected, we had the power to everything, all we did was hooked up a drum of refrigerant to the system. We pushed a button and the system took care of everything. They turned everything on, they got everything running at full speed, they let everything stabilize, and then they took our drum of refrigerant and automatically just started adding small amounts of refrigerant to our system. It's about an hour to an hour and 15-minute process, but it just goes to show you how much TRANE really believes in the efficiency of their system, and they want to make sure that they're taking care of the customer also and making sure they're getting their cost savings, because that's what we're all counting on.